or Univision if you're from the US. Hey, it's Coach Esteban with Esteban On Demand. Today we've got a special guest, as you see there. We've got the infamous Automatica Gramatica. That's Martin Gramatica, Super Bowl champ. And what's new, Martin, is you're announcing the Super Bowl. You did that for Kansas City against the 49ers. And then it was for Univision, right?
Yes, Univision. Yes.
Yeah. So I want to ask you about that. But for those that don't have a background with you, I'm gonna give a little resume of Martin. So Martin, take him all the way back to college. He still holds a world record, I believe you still do, for in the NCAA for the longest field goal kick. So awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Scored the first point with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. And to date, even though Tampa had TB12, the GOAT, Tom Brady, Martin still holds the record for most points scored in that franchise. And currently now, we can see it in the back, you're with Lifeguard Imaging, which I want to get a little bit into that because I'm fascinated. Obviously, we're doing anti-aging. You and I are approaching 50. Oh, man, we were just like young kids. Just like
You're going to get there before me, though.
That is true. I'm a year older than him, so I'm going to for him. So let us know, Martin, like what's the difference between playing in the Super Bowl and announcing in the Super Bowl?
Well, that's a really good question. There's a lot less pressure when you're announcing because I'm not in charge of the ratings. That's for the department heads. They're worried about the ratings, selling the ads, and getting everything in order. All we have to do is talk in front of the camera. So that's a lot less pressure than going out there kicking a field goal or an extra point and potentially could cost your team a Super Bowl. So there was a lot of pressure in that Super Bowl.
It was close, man. Like it was really, and then to go OT, and I'm like, and it was a kick that kept the 49ers out, or I should say a kick that kept Kansas City in, depending on which way you look at it. So it's interesting that you get to sit back and you're like, hey, no pressure on me, man. Somebody else has that today.
Well, yeah, no, I hate that everybody's talking about that extra point because there's not much he could do. He hit the ball clean. He got a lot of pressure. They got some pushback, so it got blocked. So it's not like he shanked it and missed the kick. So that's why everybody's talking about, that missed kick. But it's really, obviously, you're a unit. You gotta snap the ball, you gotta protect it, you gotta kick it through. In this case, the protection kind of fell back a little bit. So yeah, I don't want to blame the kicker on that one.
Yeah, not a missed kick, but a blocked kick. So kudos to Kansas City on that one. I want to shift into mindset. So you've been a champ your whole life. I don't
know about my whole life, but
for a lot. Again, you not many people make it to the NFL, and then very few that even make it to the NFL have an opportunity to do a playoff, go to the Super Bowl, and actually. Do you have the ring today? Do you have the ring? I saw it on the commercial. I saw the ring on the commercial.
Well, I never wear the ring. I never, ever. It always stays in the safe. But they asked me to bring it to Vegas for the coverage because we did the whole coverage. So I brought it then. You didn't ask for it, so I forgot to bring it. If you would have asked for it, I would have brought it. But that's on you.
Next time. I don't even think I've seen your ring in person.
Well, next time you come visit, then we'll bring the ring out.
But we'll see if it fits my pinky.
I do have a shake weight now, so maybe we can shake weight together.
So I'm like, where's mine? So, those of you guys may not know that Martin and I trained back when he was playing in the NFL, and this was the secret to his success right here. I know that'll be the clip that makes it up. Mindset. So talk a little bit about mindset of a champion, and here's where I want to come with that. So you've excelled in your career, and your kids kick ass. Like you've got 3 amazing kids. Nico just made it to my alma mater. Go Bulls. G and I, we've got a special connection. And then Emmy's like this unbelievable freaking receiver and soccer player. Already been highlighted on ESPN. So talk to me about the mindset of a champion, and let's make that polar. So what's it take to really have that mindset? And when you see people, because you're a professional coach, also you're a soccer coach, The people that don't have that mindset, how they just fall short.
Well, no, that's a great question. That's the one. All the things that my kids are doing, I owe it to my wife. You know, she's much more mentally tough than I am. You've trained both of us, so you can agree with me. Because I would.
Yeah.
He's a hard trainer. I would quit on him because the problem is when I didn't know him that well, I would do everything. And then we became friends, so I said, I'm not doing that. And then I would just smack him around. I would unplug his tanning bed, and then he'd get upset. So that's how I would not do it. So I had to throw it in there. I'm just jealous that you have a better tan than I do.
It's hey, I'll do the tanning membership when I get down. All you gotta do is step outside. I live in the Midwest. You're still down.
I know. It's been rainy and cold here, but yeah, no, I will. I'll step outside. No, but that's a really good question, though. The thing with the mindset and what I've tried to do with my kids and my wife is when I coach them, I'm their coach. When we come home, I'm their dad. And I coach them hard because I know life isn't easy as far as just everyday life. And then in sports, it's even harder because now you're in a position where productivity, which any job, but especially in sports, because you're under a magnifying glass, especially the position that we play. The kicker position is, and I was hoping my kids would go into soccer or any other sport other than kicking because I know that everybody's just watching them. And like you said earlier, right, that the extra point that got blocked in the Super Bowl, everybody's talking about the missed kick. Well, it was missed because it was blocked. Nobody's saying it got blocked. So I understand the pressure, and I hate that my kids will have to go through that pressure because that's the sports they chose. But I've somewhat, I guess, would say we've been grooming them for that their whole life because I've coached them hard. And in sports and in life, you have to have thick skin. That's the one thing where I feel like this day and age, a lot of the young kids are just soft. And if you coach them hard, they take it personal. And that's the one thing, like as a coach, I create a relationship with my players where they trust me and they know that anything I say is to make them better. And it's coming from a good place. It's not to demean them. It's not to make them feel bad. And unfortunately, the kids that aren't raised with mental toughness just don't last in competitive sports because eventually the media is going to be targeting you. Your own teammates may be targeting you if you're not up holding your end of the bargain. So you have to be able to deal with all that. And I blame the parents because a kid, you're a kid. You just follow what your parents are telling you. So a lot of times these parents nowadays want to be best friends with their kids, and we have to be parents, not best friends with our kids. Obviously, I love my kids. I love my wife.
That's good. That's so good. Yeah.
But I think that's it. And as far as the mental side, you have to believe in yourself more than anybody believes in you, because that's the thing. You can believe in me all you want, but if I don't believe inside that I can achieve whatever it is, whether it's sports, whether it's work, life, then it's not going to happen. So for me, that's it. You have to be confident and you have to believe in yourself.
I love that. That's so good. You guys get to rewind that and play it over and over. I mean, those are huge nuggets, Martin. Thank you. And I know we don't have you for a lot of time, so I want to do two shifts. The first one, building off of the mindset, and I like starting with the mindset because I've also seen where people have the right intention. They may even have talent, but if they're not strong in the head, then they eventually crumble and they break down. And I would say today's kids are wow. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and Google it and do a translation. So you mentioned your wife. So Ashley, since I've known her, she was on point with her fitness and her nutrition. Like she is military committed to that. And what's perceived and understood at the level your kids are playing now, how much would you say that fitness and the nutrition is impacting them and their future compared to when you and I were kids?
No, that's a really good question. And Ashley's insane with her workouts, her nutrition, and that I've fed off that because, I wasn't as disciplined with my eating habits, my workout habits. So when you're married long enough, I guess you're going to pick up each other's habits. But for us, we want to lead by example. I want to tell my kids, look, in order to be successful, this is how you do. We get up at she puts the alarm. I'm already up. I wake up early, but we both wake up at 4:15 in the morning, get our workout in before we take our kids to school. So they see that. They see their mom working out every day. They see their dad working out every so often. I try, but but we want to make sure we lead by example. I never touched alcohol when I played. And that's one of the things that my kids will tell me, whoa, you had a drink here or there. I say, well, I didn't do it when I was playing. Now I'm older, my career's over. I want to enjoy a drink here and there. That doesn't mean I'm drinking every day. But the point is, when I had to use my body as my tool, I wasn't, because and I explained to them, it's like having a race car and you put cheap gas in it. It's not going to perform. So for us, it's just leading by example and showing the kids, look, you have to work out every day. You have to work out every day. You have to eat, hydrate, eat the proper meals, just everything. And that's for me and Ashley both. We just want to lead by example. We do a gluten-free diet as a family, just because we understand that that's best for our body, and we feel better. So just little details. My daughter started a gluten-free diet when she was 1, so she doesn't know any better, but they know now, and they're disciplined with it, because if they go to a birthday party, the cake, you can't eat the cake. And what kid doesn't want to go to a birthday party and eat a cake? So they'll, lick the icing off the cake, but they won't touch the cake part. So that's just a discipline that you have to have. And luckily, we have kids that are not only into sports because we love sports, but also a discipline to keep that routine and work out on their own. Like Nico and G, they're older now. They work out on their own. I mean, we don't have to tell them ever to go work out. They already know what they need to do to perform at their highest level. Emmy's a little bit younger, so every now and then you have to push her a little bit. Hey, go do your touches, go get your little, the band workout for your legs and all that. But eventually it'll click, because it took G a little bit longer to click than Nico. So everybody's different. But as long as they're seeing their parents work out every day, eat right, take care of their bodies, I feel like that's just an easier way for them to understand what's right and wrong.
Love that. I love that. So, and I know that we got to close up with you, but what I'm hearing you say is lead by example. Because so many times I hear parents say, my kid, can you help my kid? It's like, nobody can help your kid as much as you can. And when you lead by example, they're going to do as you do, not as you say. So if you want to be the great mentor, be the great mentor for them. So I love how you bring that up. And also encompassing the tribe that you and your family have created. You and Ashley have set your standards, and you're disciplined to execute whatever it takes to maintain those standards. So kudos and thank you. Stay with us, Martine. Social media, we're cutting off. VIP room, you guys hang tight, because you get to do some private Q&A with Martine before he completely takes off. You guys give Martine some love down in the comments, and post down there any of the questions that you want me to ask him after this interview. Love you guys. We'll see you mañana. Hang tight, Martine.